Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to this edition of the Fred Squisher Show, coming to you direct from Beaver Island Lodge up here in the wilds of Manitoulin Island. And for today's tall tale, I got my good buddy here, Bob Ascroomy, and he come up to the lodge here. He's going to go out fishing with us and just see what we can do. Before we get going, though, we got a few things to show you here. What do we got here, Bob?
Well, Fred, this is affectionately known as the pike tamer. And maybe there's a little story about this half of the pike tamer. Maybe you can fill our friends at home in on that.
We used to have a whole machine here up until yesterday, and then we got this big pike, and I took a whack over the head, and you can see what happened. So I guess we're going to have to get a new one of these. But so much for that. What else we got here? A plastic pail.
But not just a plastic pail, Fred. This is something that every fisherman just can't do without. They're hard to come by in this territory. Price of gold. It's our little friend, the dew worm.
Oh, I thought maybe it was a can of beer in there or something, but oh no, we got something else in here. Oh, before we talk about this, though, I think I want you to tell them about that little weapon you got there in your hand.
Yeah, this is the weapon. That's an excellent term for it. A highly tuned machine used for all types of fishing. Very versatile. Note the line, the wind slicing ability for casting with up to 100 meters to an accuracy of 0.3 centimeters within the area you'd like to cast. And the electronic drag on this machine is extremely sensitive, something you just can't do without, friends. You know, pieces of stick with string are out, okay? This is the machine. You've got to have one.
Oh, Bob, that's totally awesome. I can't wait to see that thing in action. And you know, all my buddies that come up to the lodge here, after we're finished doing our tall tale, I always give them a copy of my poems. And you can see that I had a pretty slack winter this year because I produced a whole book full of poems, and I'm going to give you one of these as soon as we're finished. Now, I bet you're really excited about that.
Well, I sure do appreciate that, Fred.
Yeah. Of course, we got our trusty net here for the big ones. This has seen a lot of fish, and I think she's going to see a few today. And before we get out there on the water, though, I think we should thank our sponsors.
This is my personal sponsor. All the tournaments I go in, I'm sponsored by Molson Breweries, and my personal choice, the Silver Bullet Coors Light.
And I'm a CC man. I got to thank Hiram Locker and Sons from Windsor, Ontario, because they produce a pretty good rye here, and they sponsor a good part of this show. So thanks again to those guys. Well, that's about it. What we're going to do here is go in and get ready and fill up our cooler and whatnot, and then get down to the boat, and we'll see you out in the water in about 10 minutes. Okay, Bob?
Good, Fred.
Let's go. Just turn it off. Okay, Bob, you ready to go?
Already.
All right, let's go get those fish.
Yeah.
What is it?
Pike.
Is it a good one?
I don't think it's too big. Coming in pretty quick, drifting back towards it.
What'd you have on?
7-inch black and silver repellent. There he is. Not too big.
Got him?
Right. Whoa! Fish on! Pike again?
Yeah. Same lure, eh?
Watch that net.
Yeah, that big silver Rapala. Pulling pretty hard. Either a lot of weeds or a big fish. Or maybe a little fish and a lot of weeds.
Maybe all weeds.
Got 8-pound test on here, so
Getting a good fight with that ultralight?
yeah, you gotta take it a little easy. We got fighting the leaves with you too. Here it comes. Right off the back here. Bring around the side. Not very big, actually. Oops. There you go. Just tucked in the side there. Hi there, fisher folks. This is Fred Squisher again, and I'd like to thank all you people for sending those cards and letters up to the lodge asking me for more of my fishing tips. So today I've got 3 fishing tips for you that I think you're going to find real useful. We just finished fishing for pike, and now we're working on some smallmouth bass here, but I just thought you might like to know that if you're fishing for pike, you should be using this lure right here. It's a 7-inch silver and black Rapala with 3 treble hooks on it, and it works real well. The second tip I want to give you is that you should never buy a net like this because the fish go right through it. And finally, the third tip is, you ever run into a guy by the name of Bruce Laidley when you're catching fish, don't tell him where you caught the fish. Okay, well, we'll see you next week, and we're going to see if we can catch some smallmouth bass here. Well, Bob, we're back to the tourists over here. It looks like they're going in swimming.
I'm going looking for them.
Thought maybe you got your lure hung up. There's a tourist imitation of the Loch Ness Monster. Get that guy to swim right over the boat here, Bob. I think he's looking for bass.
I think I might be able to reach him with a cast.
Take a cast over there, maybe he'll grab it.
What type lure do you think we should be using for that? Surface bait?
Well, more than one way to get your lure off the bottom, eh, Bob?
It's the most original I've seen.
Send in a frogman.
Of course, we don't have to worry about that. Our sponsors take care of all our losses.
That's right. What a day, eh? Check these out. Hey, Bob, come here.
Well, I tell you, Fred, unreal.
Unreal. Look at these smallmouth bass. Whoops, I never had fishing like that in my whole life. Pretty good, eh?
Kept us pretty busy. My arms are sore, let me tell you.
Well, we'll get these filleted there and get the old frying pan out for supper.
You bet. Shore lunch.
Okay.
Coming up.
He's back in the water. Well, you know, that was one great adventure up here at the lodge. Bob, and I want to thank you for coming up. And just like we always do, I want to present you with this copy of our book of poems here.
Thanks, Fred. I got last year's copy. Just about done it. I can't wait to start into this one.
Okay, well that's great. And just a reminder to all you sports fans out there to tune in next week for the next edition of the Fred Squisher Fishing Show. Okay, this is Fred Squisher up here at the lodge again. By the way, I should introduce this lady. That's Bobby Escrumi's sister, Luann. She's got a great sense of humor. Anyways, we thought we'd show you these fish. What kind of fish are these, Luann?
Bass.
Bass. What'd you catch them on?
Worms.
Worms. Wow, you got a nice bunch of fish there. Anyways, we're going to do a job on these in a few minutes.
God.
And take these babies down to the dock here and just fix them up for supper.
I'm not.
You're not?
You are.
I'm gonna. Okay. Anyways, this is Fred Squisher signing off from the lodge, and we'll be talking to you later.